Ikaria might not be about what they eat, but how they live. And that's the part that's actually easy to copy. By the end of this, you'll have a simple 3-rule system. No meal plans, no tracking. Just the pattern you can repeat. I'll put the Ikaria plate on screen so you can screenshot it and use it this week. Because most people don't fail from lack of knowledge. They fail from too many decisions, too much tracking, too much perfect. We've turned health into homework. And when health feels like homework, you don't do it for long. Ikaria removes the friction. Not by giving you more rules, but by giving you fewer decisions. Here's the map. Rule number 1, the template plate. 4 parts, no measuring. Rule number 2, movement without the gym, just daily life redesigned. Rule number 3, the slow switch. 10 minutes most people skip, and it's why this actually sticks. That one isn't about food and all. So let's make this practical. Look at this plate. Build this once and you stop guessing. This is the Ikaria template plate. Let's start here, because once you see the pattern, you'll recognize it everywhere. In Ikaria, meals aren't planned, they're assembled. No recipe book, no portion guide, no "what should I cook tonight" panic. Just a default pattern that repeats with small variations day after day. And here's the thing, that pattern travels. You don't need the island, you need the structure. Here's the structure. Beans, any kind, lentils, chickpeas, white beans, black beans, canned works. Greens, spinach, kale, whatever you'll actually eat, fresh or frozen. Olive oil, Rio olive oil. Don't measure it, just use it. Something starchy, potato, rice, bread, pasta. You're not counting, you're not weighing. You're just building a plate that has these 4 things in some form. That's the default pattern. And notice what that does. It doesn't tell you exactly what to eat. It tells you how to build a meal without overthinking. It's the opposite of a restrictive diet. It's a foundation. Now, sometimes people hear beans and greens and they picture a sad bowl. That's not what we're doing. Because the template isn't just ingredients, it's satisfaction. Warm food, real texture, a finish that makes it feel complete. Let me show you what it looks like. Example 1, white beans with spinach, olive oil on top, sourdough on the side. And you don't need a fancy recipe. You heat the beans. You wilt the spinach. You add olive oil. You eat it with bread. That's it. Example 2, lentil soup with kale, over rice, olive oil stirred in at the end. Same template, different expression. You can make it in one pot. You can make it in 15 minutes with canned lentils. You can make it slowly on a weekend. The point is, the structure stays the same. Here are a few more normal grocery store versions, so your brain gets the idea. Chickpeas with roasted broccoli, olive oil, and a baked potato. Black beans with sautéed greens over warm rice. Split pea soup with spinach, olive oil, and a slice of toast. Pasta tossed with beans, greens, and olive oil, with a potato on the side if that's what you have. Even a lazy version works. Canned beans, bagged greens, microwaved rice, olive oil on top. 4 parts, no drama. And because the structure repeats, your brain stops deciding. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop needing motivation. You just build the plate. Now, I know the question, where's the protein? Isn't this just carbs? Beans are a real protein source, and they come with fiber, which helps with satisfaction. And this isn't about eliminating anything. If you want to add fish, chicken, and egg, fine. People in Ikaria do eat those sometimes. But the template doesn't require it. That's the point. It works on a tired day. It works when you don't feel like cooking. It works when you don't want to think. And one more thing that makes this feel real instead of diety, you're allowed to finish it. a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of salt, a sprinkle of something savory, a little herb mix. Not because you need fancy, but because pleasure is part of what makes patterns repeat. If your food tastes good, you keep doing it. If it tastes like punishment, you quit. So that's rule number 1. A plate you can build without measuring. A default you can return to. Now, food is only one piece. Because in Ikaria, the way they move is just as simple as the way they eat, and most of us are overcomplicating that too. Here's the difference. Ikarians don't work out. They move as part of life. The terrain does the work. The errands do the work. Walking to a neighbor's house, carrying groceries, climbing stairs because that's where the door is. Gardening, sweeping, standing, sitting, getting back up. There's no gym membership, no fitness tracker. Just movement woven into the day. And here's why that matters for you. Your body doesn't care if you're exercising. It cares if you're moving, regularly, throughout the day, in ways that ask something of it. Most of us have been taught to separate movement from life. You sit all day, then you make up for it with a workout. But that's fragile. Because if the workout doesn't happen, the whole day becomes stillness. Ikaria does the opposite. They distribute movement across the day, small doses, low intensity, high frequency. And over time, that tends to support strength, mobility, and independence. So here's how you borrow that pattern. The 2+1 walk rule. 10 minutes after 2 meals, any 2. Lunch and dinner, breakfast and lunch, doesn't matter. Just walk. Around the block, down the driveway, in your hallway if it's raining. Then later in the day, 1 more 10-minute walk. That's it. 3 short windows. No tracking. No pay school. No app. You're not training for anything. You're just interrupting stillness. And there's a bonus here. A short walk after meals often helps your body handle blood sugar better. It can smooth out that post-meal spike. Not a hack, just physiology. And if you have diabetes or any condition, talk to your clinician. But for most people, this is one of the simplest wins. And I want you to notice what this does psychologically. It doesn't ask you to become a fitness person. It asks you to become a person who moves after eating. That's a smaller identity shift. And small identity shifts stick. Now, if you want to make it even more Ikaria-like, make it ordinary. Don't turn it into a production. Don't wait for the perfect shoes. Don't wait for the perfect weather. Walk slowly. Walk comfortably. Your job is to show up. That's it. And if you want to layer in strength, you already are. Carrying groceries, that's strength. Taking stairs, that's strength. Standing up from a chair without using your hands, that's mobility work. Reaching for something on a shelf, carrying a laundry basket, getting down to pick something up and getting back up. These are real-life reps. Here's a simple way to think about it. Stop outsourcing movement to machines. Bring movement back into life. Now, if you're thinking, bad knees, low energy, I can't do this 3 times a day. Start with 1. 10 minutes after lunch. And if 10 feels like too much, start with 5. 5 minutes is enough to start the pattern. The goal isn't performance. The goal is pattern. Because once the pattern exists, you can scale it gently. 5 becomes 10, 1 walk becomes 2, and 1 day becomes a week. So now you have the plate, you have the movement. And if you stopped here, you'd already be doing more than most people ever try. But here's the truth. The plate and the walk only work long-term if you have the third piece in place. And this is the part almost nobody copies. Because rule number 3 isn't about doing more. It's about downshifting, so the other 2 don't feel like effort. Let me show you what I mean. In Ikaria, there's a rhythm to the day that many of us don't have anymore. A built-in pause, a moment where the body downshifts out of alert mode. We call it the slow switch. It's a 10-minute protocol that tells your body you can settle, you can exhale, you can downshift. And without it, the plate feels like a chore. The walk feels like another task. With it, they feel natural. Because here's what's happening under the surface. Most of us live in a low-grade state of readiness. Not panic, just alert. Checking the phone, anticipating the next thing, scanning for problems. Even when nothing is wrong, your mind is on duty. Your body reads that as not safe yet. And when your body thinks it's not safe yet, it's harder to unwind. Harder to feel settled. Harder to switch off. So we do the predictable thing. We reach for stimulation. We snack, we scroll, we delay. And then we blame ourselves for lack of discipline. But a lot of the time, it's not discipline. It's friction. In Ikaria, there are natural interruptions, a slower coffee, a real pause, an evening walk with no destination. They're not relaxing as a reward for productivity. They're downshifting as part of the day, and that's what helps the other two rules feel lighter. So here's how you create that switch in 10 minutes. And I want you to hear this. It's almost boring. That's why it works. Step 1. Sit somewhere comfortable. No phone, no screen, no book. Just sit. Not because you're trying to become a monk, but because you're removing inputs. Step 2. Long exhale. Longer than the inhale. 3 or 4 times. You're not meditating. You're signaling, I'm slowing down. If you can breathe out slowly, your whole system gets the message. Step 3. Make something warm to drink. Tea, coffee, hot water with lemon, doesn't matter. The warmth is the point. It's a sensory anchor. It tells your body, we're not rushing. We're settling. Step 4. One small plan for tomorrow. Not a list. One thing. I'll make the template plate for lunch. I'll take a 10-minute walk after dinner. One thing. That's it? This is not productivity. It's a gentle handoff to tomorrow, so your brain stops holding everything. Then sit for the rest of the 10 minutes. Look out a window. Do nothing. Your mind will wander. That's fine. You're not failing. You're practicing downshifting in a world that trained you to stay switched on. That's the slow switch. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have 10 minutes or I can't sit still, start with 5 or 3. You don't have to call it meditation. It's just a pause. And if it feels silly at first, good. That means you need it. Now, here's how you make this stick long-term. Pick a time that repeats. Same time, every day, no negotiation. In many places like Ikaria, midday naturally slows down. You don't need that culture to borrow the structure. Block 10 minutes, after lunch, mid-afternoon, before bed, anywhere it repeats. The time doesn't matter, the repetition does. When it repeats, it stops being a decision. It becomes part of the day's architecture. And that's the theme of this whole video. Architecture beats motivation, patterns beat willpower, defaults beat perfection. So here's what you have now. The template plate. Beans, greens, olive oil, something starchy, your default pattern. Movement without the gym, 10 minutes after 2 meals, 1 more walk later. And the slow switch, 10 minutes, no phone, long exhale, warm drink, 1 small plan. 3 rules. Not a diet, not a program. Just a borrowed rhythm from a well-known longevity region. And you can start any of them tomorrow. You don't need to do all 3 perfectly. You don't need to do them all at once. Pick 1 rule and make it your default. Then add the next one when it feels natural. And the best part? You don't have to do this perfectly. You just have to do it again tomorrow and the day after that. That's how patterns become lives. And if you want to see how this simple rules approach looks in 2 other places, those are on the screen now. Sardinia is here. Loma Linda is here.